Hey beauties! So I wanted to show you some of the ways that you can multitask with our Beachfront Bronzer. So the Beachfront Bronzer is a bronzer. Half of it is a little bit lighter and more shimmery, and the other half is darker and more matte. So this can be used as more than just a bronzer. And I know that I talked a little while ago about if you're traveling, try to consolidate all of your makeup collection so that you're not bringing everything, but you want to bring things that you can multitask with so that you can just get the most use out of your space. And I think it's awesome when products can be used for more than one thing. So our bronzer is awesome. So I have the shade Sunset because that is the fairest shade. The next one up is Hermosa, and then the next one is Malibu. So I can definitely link them in the description box, and I should put in some pictures so that you can see the difference between them. They slowly become deeper, darker shades. So what I'm gonna do first would be the obvious one. A lot of people are not big on blush. They might find that it doesn't flatter them, or they are used to having redness in their skin, and so they're kind of like not a fan of putting blush on. So a nice alternative for that is actually bronzer, and especially in the summertime, that's great, but you can use it in the wintertime as well, because it's still just gonna give you a little bit of a sun-kissed look to your skin, and I don't know, I just don't think you have to obey any type of rules with that. So I'm gonna use my blusher brush. So it's an angled fluffy brush that I usually use for blush. You know me, I love blush. But I am going to just dab in the middle of this so that I get both the shimmer and the matte color. And I'm gonna go first on my cheekbones. So bronzer should be a little bit higher than where your contour would be, because bronzer is supposed to be where the sun is hitting your face. So I would also put bronzer along my forehead, like the top of my forehead, because that is where I would get sun. And then you go down onto the cheekbones, and then the last place that can be quite flattering is right along the jawline. So it's like the number 3. You want to go like this, and then like this. Okay, with the bronzer. And again, it gives your cheeks some color, which is great. And it's not, bright, it's not pink. I also sometimes like to run down like whatever's left over. I don't get a fresh thing. Just whatever's left over, I go down my neck. I just feel like that can be a nice kind of thinning of the neck there. Okay, so bronzer can most easily be used in that sense, where you make like the number 3 on yourself, and you go across the temple, you go down the cheekbones, and then you go along the jawline. And again, keeping it higher than a contour, because that's where the sun would hit you. And contours are usually more gray and less brown, whereas this is more brown because it's meant to be the sun, whereas contours are supposed to be like shadows, so they would be like a mix of a brown and a gray. Just to, share some info with you. So in addition to using this for just a bronzer, which is kind of like your blush, and it can be, it's not a contour per se, but it's going to give dimension to your face, and it's going to show your cheekbone. So bronzer is something that I think you can use instead of, or as a less extreme version of contouring, and still get the same point across, because the point of contouring and highlighting is to just give dimension to your face. Sometimes when we put our foundation on, our face is just very one-dimensional. We've made our entire face one color, and there's no cheeks, there's no dimension anywhere, there's no shadow. So that's the point of bronzers and contours. So I know some people like the freedom of a bronzer because you just get to, these are kind of like the standard places that you would put it. It's pretty much universally flattering on any skin tone, and it does give you that dimension, and it gets you out of having to wear blush and having to do contour because you've already created that dimension in your face. So the second thing that I would use our Beachfront Bronzer for is eyeshadow. So again, you can dip into the middle. That's what I'm gonna do because I like a little bit of both. And I'm gonna go along my lower lash, And then I'm going to go up into the crease. And again, this is quite warm toned, so if you are a lover of warm tones, then this is going to be something you are absolutely going to be a fan of, because it's such a beautiful warm brown, and it just looks so nice on all skin tones, but I know that it particularly benefits the people that have either neutral or warm skin tones. I consider myself a bit neutral and a bit cool, but I still think this is very pretty. So I'm going to put this on, for me, on my eyelid and also in my crease, that way, or above my crease, that way you can see it because of my hooded eyes. And I'm going to use my finger, because that's what I do, and put it onto my lower lash line as well. Just to sort of bring out those eyes a little bit more. And then after this, of course, you can do eyeliner if you are an eyeliner person, and that is what you do. Or you can go straight to mascara. And again, you can do any eyeliner look if that is your preference, if that is your usual. Absolutely do that with gel. So one coat of gel to coat the lashes, darken them, kind of bring them out. Okay, and then I'm going to use the fibers. I tend to concentrate it on the outer portion of my lashes. Okay, I'm even going to put some mascara on my lower lash line after I'm finished sealing up this coat. Just to try to show off all 4 of those lower lashes that I have. Do you ever notice the expressions you make when you put on makeup? It's not always all that flattering. Okay, and the last thing, so number 3 that you can do with the bronzer, and again I have the color Sunset, the lightest one, so you can actually apply it on your lips. So I already have Cherry Cheesecake on. So it's kind of a light but a pink one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my fingers and I'm going to dab on, particularly right at the crux of it, but I'm going to dab on, and it's like it's a beautiful kind of a brownish taupey tan, and it's got some shimmer to it. And this is a way that you can use the bronzer for 3 different things: actual bronzing, eye color, and on top of a lip bonbon or a lip balm or whatever you prefer to use on your lips. Of course, you could make it more vibrant if you wanted to use a lip liner and add some more color to it, but it's actually quite pretty, a little bit understated, like this. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you found this informative and interesting. So please subscribe, please like, please make any requests that you have. Thank you so much.